and this is called Becoming an Ancestor. The solar winds were once a foe to those who canoed, until the revealing of harnessing what was once thought of as trauma was seen in truth as strength. We paddled on through high winds and king tides. During those times there was laughter throughout the waters, reverberating towards lands. Coming ashore was coming home, the land our body. When we were young, the herd of goats went missing. We all thought it was the earth that swallowed them whole into the earth. Blessed were we when we found the spirits by a small spring, which no one had knowledge of, till the day the goats let us in on where the best tasting water is. Seeing isn't only with the eyes, it is with the mind. When the heart is one and we are aligned. We danced the most in public then, although solitary dancing is fine, exceptionally so in candlelight. See, we were sweating with rhythm. These were days where no restraints were necessary. This is how you became an ancestor. Through solar winds, dancing, knowledge, this was the world left for you. As Lucille Clifton stated, is a black and living thing, is a favorite child of the universe. Yes, that is truth for all future ancestors, for all those who come before and who will come again, making deposits on shared lineages. As your spirit protector, Te Desperto, you are my ascendant, brand rising to you. Your blood may or may not be the same, yet your mask is identical. My face is your mask. This is how we tattooed every little sin when there was no longer ash or clay. Wrote 2 scars on each knee, markings as reminder of pain and glory. This is borrowed blood. There is meaningfulness in using the creative energy to adapt to any situation, to develop into who you are. A mask as a bullhorn. One big act with you as a player, resigning into being. Connected amongst everybody's faulty reality of you, no one can hide from their own soul incessantly, because where we expect to see beautiful aspects, we will. Thank you.
Ella juega en casa, local play, porque viene Leslie Peterson.
Life, death, innocence, and the loss thereof. So I want to start with a poem I call Hazards. In my dream, you panicked and curled up like a pill bug in the driver's seat, setting us on a collision course with 4 lanes of traffic. And in the frenzy, I had sense enough to snatch the wheel and steer us to the side of the road. Dude, you wanted me there. You asked me to be with you. You said you had to cross this steel structure, rippling in the midday heat. Maybe to go make amends with your father. You know, the man who left the work of teaching you what it is to be a man abandoned. It's kind of funny how in my own dream, I found it impolite to ask. And a dream of that kind stays with you. You know, that kind of dream makes anyone say, I miss you, and look, I'm sorry, and I couldn't be with you, and I couldn't be what you needed. And it made you come back, but only long enough to total me and leave. And in your absence, another dream. The one where you're still in the driver's seat, and I'm still there, ready to go again. But this time, you're pulled from the car before you can take your insect form. The scene soaked in blood and red and blue sirens. So that's one. You've never tasted its tartness, sliced and soured some more with lemon juice, salt, and pepper. You've never felt it slip down your throat in the summertime, sunning in the driveway after a swim, your skin reeking of chlorine and feet broiling on the blacktop. You've never eaten a green mango. And I take it tamarind doesn't taste like your childhood either. Sugar comes in these little pastel-colored packets, already grainy and white when you find them in the wild. There's no need to carry a machete for cutting coconuts and cane. Stop, look, it's fine. It's not your fault. Sitting with your second IPA of the night, foamy head drooling over and onto the bar, reflecting the LED gleam. You don't deserve this. No one chooses to grow up with like fucking green mangoes or tamarindos or hot dogs and grilled cheese for that matter. You know, the kind of things I imagine you filling the blonde, blue-eyed days of your youth. Hours ago, we stood outside. The starlight sign crackled silver in dying dusk. With its blacked-out windows, I said it was probably a strip club. I was wrong. I hope I'm wrong about you. You know, you want to get me in bed, and I want to show you a good time. I guess they're the one and the same. So tell me, is there fresh pineapple in this pina colada? Or could you tell the difference? Thank you.
Ok. Le he preguntado dónde era y me ha dicho que era de los Estados Unidos. Dejémoslo ahí. Su nombre, espero que lo encuentre. ¡Elizabeth Lara!
Okay, so first one.
English, okay.
Okay.
It's called Good evening.
Good evening.
It's called Republic. Republic on fire. I refuse this night, this desert, so sand, so sun, so cadavering fire. Their retread stops. Their tired Hummer roll stops. Flames fly over, stop. Over, stop. Some lie dead. I rehearse, I cry out, can choose. Sand needles fly, all bleed, retreat, their so charred flesh. Repulse, pulse, stop. Their blood, no pulse. Over, stop. I refuse to fight. Weapons amass. Destruction. Salida. Muro de carga. Bloque, ladrillo, piedra. Valla metálica. Zona al día. Hacia el sur, hacia el norte. ¿Quién pidió permiso al Río Grande? ¿De qué largo los zapatos? ¿Qué ancho el portón? El pestillo, el candado, la llave. Es armadura electrificada. Di, ¿cuál es el voltaje?
No me van a creer, pero soy cubano. Sí, mi apellido es López. Sí. Mis padres y sus padres nacieron en La Habana, pero mis antepasados son del norte de España y por eso soy gringo.
Bien.
Sí. Sí, sí. No, asturiano, sí. Okay. Sí, lo siento, mi poema es en inglés. Se llama Pulling Punches. Navy webs of evening drape over his shoulders and his hooded violet eyes. Dreamy and desired, he can't quite sate his lust for this private dusk. He cries and screams and does not listen, and hits the trunks of bowing willow trees with clenched fists, shredding the thin skin of his knuckles, nails leaving red crescent stigmatas on palms. He relents, when his eyes stumble upon mine. My unbidden blues clash with his livid violets. Twiddling his thumbs, he asks for my name. In response, I tell him that he's safe, and I see his bloodied hands, but I don't ask how he bloodied them. Scoffing, he wanders off, and goes on throwing blows at those poor willows, but more softly now, with less violence. Gracias.